Oi oi, you're with Evan from the West Ham Way, and I am joined by possibly the most famous name on Twitter from the past week, mate. Since your radio show, you have been non-stop, Dave. And then now, some of you might not know who this man is, but this glorious man stood next to me is Dave Walker from Sex, Drugs and Carlton, and he has had a lot to say on the radio show, and a lot of you have had a lot to say on Twitter to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass over this microphone, mate, and you're just going to give me your input on everything that happened today and between midweek and now, what's changed for you.
Bloody hell, that's an intro, isn't it? Are we not? we're not breaking this cuddle, I'm assuming. No, we keep in the cuddle.
If you want to break the cuddle, mate, I am very warm.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking weird. Well, I don't know what to say, really. I mean, it's the first thing I will say is, what do you expect? What do you expect?
More than today.
Yeah, but you've been coming to watch West Ham. You know, under Slav last season it was a load of shit, and this season you come to watch West Ham, and guess what? It's a load of shit. I mean, this is what you come to expect. I mean, that goal woke me up. I don't even think we had a shot for the first fucking 82 minutes.
What? AU had a header that I would not class as a shot, but I'm sure Manchester today is going to come as a shot. It kind of went.
Yeah, I mean, right. The thing is, whilst the players are letting the manager down, it's a vicious circle because the manager is letting the players down. This is the problem, right?
If you get me the points,
right.
I'll keep my job, we'll be friends.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Not, we're all going to get sacked, and I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't even agree with that because I don't think the players are playing for Slav. I think they like Slav. We all like Slav, but they don't respect him. And the problem is, his training sessions are shit. It's a holiday camp. He doesn't train with any level of intensity whatsoever,
so
right?
From XYZ.
Exactly. I mean, I've heard they train for 2 hours a day. I don't think there's any structure, any organisation, any genuine preparation. And that's why you see players on the pitch on a Saturday looking unfit, unmotivated, unprepared, unstructured. They look lost today. We were getting dominated, and I mean dominated, and you'll agree with that. Show me one man who wouldn't, by Swansea at home. That first half was diabolical. The second one much better.
Is the fact that I saw AU playing centre-back for about 5 minutes because he was in the wrong position, and then Cresswell had to cover him.
Yeah, I know. But do you know what? For all the deluded Slav and Bilic lovers out there, they're probably going to say that it was a genius substitution now by taking Hernandez off for Sacco.
So the same ones that booed him? That's my question to you, mate.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry for me. If we get a new manager, all these problems go away. That's genuinely my response. Because if you look at the players, and they're a good group of players, that starting 11, when fully fit, is a good group of players. But he's not getting the best out of them. We're seeing good players underperforming. You look at Aaron Cresswell. All right, okay, he had his injury, and it ain't quite been the same since. He was a world beater at the first season at West Ham. He's not performing the way he should be. Kouyaté hasn't been the same for me over the last couple of seasons.
It's not the same Kouyaté.
It's not the same Kouyaté. No, exactly. And I'll tell you what, it's a wider concern as well, which people have to remember when they're back in Slaven Bilic, right? In my opinion, how lucky are we to have Javier Hernandez at this football club? What a signing that is. Now, how long do you think we'll keep a player like that when he's being played out of position or being substituted week after week? Because I tell you what, at one point he will say in that dressing room, do you know what, fuck this, I didn't come to West Ham to fucking be treated like a fucking two-bubber, you know what I mean? So no, it's just... He's tactically inept, his training sessions ain't right, he doesn't know how to get the best out of a current group of players. I don't trust him with a player, to be honest with you, in terms of buying them. And no, it's got to go. Otherwise, you will watch that shit after shit after shit that we watch week after week after week. And let me tell you something else, statistically, we are #1 in the Premier League for most long balls played this season. Now, why is that okay under Slav, but under Sam Allardyce, they wanted his head on a stick? I almost want to...
Drop it.
No, this is an expensive microphone. I won't do that for you.
If it was XWHU employee that bought this microphone, I can guarantee it wasn't very fucking expensive.
But that's it. Listen, I can go on all day, but you know, people are going to get bored of me talking. But that's, in a nutshell, that's my views. That's me.
I tell you what, Dave, that was fucking brilliant. That was honest. That was hard fought, and that was.
People dig me out for being honest. But I'll always be honest. The day I'm not honest is, and true to myself and my own opinions, is the day I walk away from the radio show and I walk away from the fan scene.
Everything you've done, and that's one thing I can guarantee about this fella. I know he's about 6'8" and he's a big lad. But the point is, he's right. Like today, if Sacco hadn't have scored, I don't think he'd be here tomorrow. So where do you draw the line? And everything you just said, everything you just touched on is in my opinion, spot on. But what do you do now?
Well, see, this is the other point, right? I got absolutely... Yeah, sorry, mate. I've made myself well and truly at home now, haven't I? Don't worry, you're right about being redundant now. It's warmer in that studio. But I can't remember the fucking question now. What was it? What did you ask me? I'm just talking now. Oh, I can't remember the point I was going to make now.
I'm tired. Listen, Dave. George is nearly out of battery. I've got to speak to Jodie first, mate. I'll tell you what, I'll do that one more time. Dave, I really appreciate everything you just said because that's spot on, and that's exactly what we want to see here at the West Ham Way. Honesty and opinions. That's what it's all about.
That's what I was going to say.
Take it away.
I got slated on Twitter, right, for a pre-match interview I done for Hammers Chat, where I said there was a part of me, right, inverted commas, the important word in that sentence is part of me, that hopes we lose against Huddersfield. Because if we lose against Huddersfield, Bilic goes, and for the mid to long term, I get a manager in to this football club that can take us forward, and I'm a happy fan, right? Same thing applies here. We've won the game and he keeps his job. So are you happy now that we've won that game, scraped that win, watching a load of shit again next week? Because it will be a load of shit. So that's my thoughts on that. So I'm pleased I cleared that up. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Evan.
God bless you, mate. Thank you for stealing my microphone, Dave. Love you, mate. Give us one of them. One arm there. One arm there. No, just one arm. I'll do one arm with you. And shout, come on, you irons in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, you irons.